Hi! So today we're joined by Alvin and Dana.
Idea before we got married, inaaya ko na talaga siya mag-New Zealand.
Yeah.
Pero ayaw niya kasi nga steady naman yung work namin. We're earning enough for us, may extra pa. Pero when pandemic hit, tas parang hindi maganda yung experience sa government and
Yeah.
stuff. Parang, tara umalis na tayo. Tapos, parang sabi ko, sobrang keen talaga akong umalis. At talaga ito yung gusto kong puntahan. Sabi ko sa kanya, sige, aasikasuhin ko pero wala ng plan B. Talagang sabi ko, pag ginawa ko to, sasayangin yung pan. Oo, gusto ko talaga, pag sinabi mo alis tayo, wala nang ibang gagawin ko, di aalis lang.
Yeah.
So from then, nag-research kami, naghanap ng mga possible pathways, tapos lahat talaga ng decisions na namin nun, leading na papunta dito. So hindi kami bibili ng mga gamit na hindi namin madadala, mga ganong ka-basic na basta yung mindset namin, pupunta na kami ng New Zealand. Kahit walang family namin na naniniwala.
Yeah.
Kasi pandemic nun and tagal bago mag-open ng borders. Halos 2 years kami nag-process ng lahat. Kasama yung waiting time na.
Na inintay na boss yung border.
Oo.
So, ano yung naging pathway ninyo?
Siya yung ticket namin. Student pathway.
Okay.
So, kasi parang point system siya. Kasi syempre gusto namin eventually maging resident. So, siya meron siyang, kumbaga sa point system nila, siya yung mas may mataas na point. So, siya yung pinag-aral namin. So, naka-student visa siya. Tapos ako yung work visa na dependent sa student visa niya.
So, Alvin, ano yung inaral mo?
Masters of Management by thesis.
By thesis. Uy, ano yun Hindi ka nakakommon yung by thesis. Bakit yun yung pinili mo?
I think because I already had my MBA in the Philippines. And yun yung nirecommend sa amin na pinaka-suitable for, ano bang tawag doon?
Para hindi redundant na mag-MBA siya dito, tapos may MBA na sa Philippines. Hindi na i-justify. Parang gano'n.
Pero, like, nung present yun na option sa'yo, parang, ano yung na-feel mo? Kasi may masters ka na at that point
Okay lang kasi iba kasi level ng educations dito sa New Zealand being the first world country. So,
Yeah.
kung ano man meron tayo sa Philippines, it would be an upgrade. So, hindi naman siya masyadong naging challenge o naging usapan namin ito.
So, siguro one thing na the viewers might also not know, is yung Master's by Thesis is actually a 1-year program.
Yun.
So,
Isa pa yun.
kamusta yung pace niya for you? Kasi maikli, diba? Compared to MBA sa atin, kahit i-full-time mo yun, it's usually 2 years.
Maikli na fast-paced.
Yeah.
So, it's really hard to balance the studies, family, and work at the same time. Pero, it's all worth it kasi lahat naman ng support na binibigay ng school, the people around here are all very helpful.
Yeah. So, where did you go to school? Here?
Toy Ohomay?
Toy
Tip ko nga.
Yeah. Okay. Sige. So, I think you're also one of yung rare cases namin na nakilala na have done full-time work, full-time study. So, again, for yung viewers natin, Masters by Thesis kasi, medyo special siya. May option na mag-work full-time habang nag-aaral pa. So, for you, kamusta yun?
Actually, sa una mahirap talaga adjusting with the lifestyle and all. Because yung work kasi mo dito is very physical. That's one. And yung Masters by Thesis kasi, it's more on papers, more on research. So, it would really take up time. So, you really have to be disciplined when it comes to the time. But, ayun nga, when it comes to resources, everything's given by the school. All of the professors are very helpful. All of the faculty. So, they will make sure that all of the students will be successful. So, the transition was not really that hard.
I think also, parang a large part of that is the fact na pumunta ka sa Toy Ohomay. So, you're studying in Rotorua. Kasi hindi lahat ng campus, hindi lahat ng schools ganun ka hands-on, and hindi sila lahat ganun ka supportive. Sila talaga, they're known for yung student experience. Yan, like yung na-mention mo, diba? Yung orientation nyo, nag-arrange pa sila ng cops to brief you guys about safety. Sige. Ano yung masasabi mo about yung difference ng lifestyle in New Zealand and the Philippines? Kasi medyo established na kayo na professionals in the Philippines. And ganon, like the migrant experience usually is magsa-start talaga kayo from scratch. So, how did that go for you?
I can say the best word to describe it would be relaxed. It's a more relaxed environment here. So even though I'm doing a lot of things, compared to the Philippines, di ba, may marami kang pwedeng tawagin, mag-ayos ng kotse, maglinis ng bahay,
True.
mag-alaga ng
Hindi mo
bata.
na-miss yun.
Ah, sa simula talaga, because when you wake up in the morning, simula pagising mo, may gagawin ka na eh. Kailangan naka per hour na gagawin mo. So you have to maximize your time. But the environment here is very relaxed. In the Philippines kasi it's very fast-paced. Lahat pwedeng i-deliver. Lahat kailangan on time. Hindi ka pwedeng ma-delay. Here, everyone is relaxed, everyone is calm, but still you can get the job done. So, I can't say that it's for everyone because baka yung iba kasi gusto may adrenaline pumping and everything. Dito kasi wala rin nightlife.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, maaga rin magsarado lahat. But, it's very relaxing, very calm. Yun, yung dalawang yun. Ikaw ba? How would you describe Rotorua?
Yung difference ng
Rotorua?
lifestyle.
For me, stress-free siya. I mean, kasi yung work, since more on physical nga yung effort mo, pagdating mo sa bahay, wala kang worries na, may email ba ko or something, gano'n. So, pagtapos ng work, naiiwan na siya sa workplace. Sa bahay, talagang yung chores na lang, ganyan. Tapos, since walang traffic, walang pollution, parang relax talaga yung ambience, yung setting. Tapos kung gusto mong pagpagod ka sa work, since walang traffic, 5 minutes, 6 minutes away, nasa park ka na, gusto nyo mag-park, gusto nyo in front of the lake, gusto mo mga attractions, lahat nandun within 10-15 minutes away. Pwede mo putahan lahat. Tapos makaka-work ka pa after or before, yung mga ganon. Lahat masisingit mo. Gusto mo biglang lumipat ng place, kaya din. Hindi ka mag-worry sa traffic. Ang daming mga places na pwedeng free puntahan. So, hindi mo iisipin yun. Pwede kang mag-park, magbaon lang ng food. So, kasi kami, ayaw na namin yung city life ng Manila, pero ayaw naman din yung provincial life ng Philippines. Alam mo yung gano'n na talagang sobrang layo parang napag-iwanan yung lugar, gano'n. Or parang,
Ano ba siguro ganun
ka-develop. Oo. So, eto yung middle nung dalawa na nakukuha ko both na quiet life. Pero, kasi kung gusto mo na naman ng medyo city-ish na konting drive lang din, 1 hour, 1.5 hour, kung gusto mo ng mga big malls, gano'n. Pero gusto ko yung ganito, yung quiet lang. Yun yung gusto naming life from Manila pa lang na nilulook forward talaga namin when we get here. Tsaka, kasi parang kitang-kita mo yung nature, yung views, kahit nasa tapat ng bahay namin, may mountains, yung gano'n. Na kahit sa ibang parts din naman ng New Zealand, hindi gano'n, pero dito sa Rotorua, nakuha namin. So, ayun namin lumabas sa Rotorua.
Siguro, one question I have for you guys is, kamusta yung paghahanap ng work? Specifically dun sa line of work ninyo. Kasi, a lot of people talk about green list na as if, alam mo yun, everything is defined by the green list. Pero, so parang, there's a bit of this myth na pag wala sa green list, wala ka talagang opportunity. Oh, or not even that. Like, you can't get a job. Sa experience nyo ba, ano yung naging outlook nyo sa career and like work?
Kasi kami, actually marami nagsasabing sinuwerte kami. We got the job within 2-3 weeks lang. No? Within 2 to 3 weeks. Pero kasi kami, pagdating namin, sabi namin 1 week rest. Kasi yung body namin, para makarecover sa biyahe, yung kung may jet lag man, maayos yung papers na kailangan ayusin, yung mga first things first, ganyan. So after a week, sabi talaga namin, dapat nag-start na rin kami mag-apply. CV, cover letter, pinattern namin dito sa New Zealand. Pero lahat in-apply namin. At first, gusto mo talaga admin job kasi pag galing ka sa Philippines, dapat feeling mo office ka pa rin, di ba? Lalo kung may natapos ka and all. Pero sabi ko, ang goal mo kasi pag una parang survival mahal mabuhay dito. So, dapat maka-earn kami agad. So, kung mabilis makapasok sa hospitality, mga front of house yan, mga waiter, waitress, ganyan, in-applyan namin. Nagkataon lang na sinuwerte kami sa napuntahan namin na company na they value people, they invest in people. So, yun, sa totoo mahirap. Totoo talagang sinuwerte lang din kami kasi
Yeah.
ang dami namin kasabay din dumating na yung iba nahirapan na maghanap ng work, hindi pa nakaka-work, yung mga ganon. So, hindi madali. Kahit na hindi green list, kahit in demand or hindi in demand, mahirap maghanap ng work kasi titignan nila yung visa mo, yung titignan nila yung kasi marami talaga ditong tatanggap sa'yo kahit wala kang experience, they're willing to train you. Pero for some reason, syempre, ipa-prefer nila yung locals, ipa-prefer nila yung hindi naman discrimination, pero kasi ganun talaga di ba?
The system's designed na maging ganun dapat.
Kahit saan naman, kahit sa Philippines, pipiliin yung ganun, di ba? Pero yun, mahirap maghanap ng work, lalo nasa maliit na city kami, very limited yung options. Pero, blessed lang din na nakuha namin yung job namin.
So, you guys chose medyo maliit na city, diba? I mean, not yung major city center. Plan nyo ba to move once na you graduate or you wanna stay here?
If merong opportunity na talagang maganda,
we can say no.
We can say no. Pero sa ngayon, our heart is in Rotorua.
Gusto namin yung buhay na meron kami dito. Simple lang, chill lang, no?
How about favorite things in Rotorua? Like, favorite thing to do, favorite place to go, favorite thing to eat?
To do. Punta ng parks.
Yeah.
Kasi kahit anong mood namin, nare-relax kami pag nasa park kami. Pagpagod from work, punta kaming Kirao, magsasoak kami ng feet namin doon sa geothermal pools, mga ganon. Kung gusto niya maglaro, tas kami nare-relax kasi iwan mo lang siya di ba sa parks dito, iwan mo lang yung bata. Ganon, to do parks talaga. Every week, kahit hindi lang once a week, minsan 3-4 times a week, no? Park kami. Favorite thing to do, tapos favorite thing to eat.
Ano ba?
Kasi pare-pareho halos yung food, diba? Steak, which is really good. Pero yung mga cafes talaga.
Mga small cafes.
Small cafes. Kasi grabe coffee dito. Kahit saka pumunta, kahit mga dairy lang.
Alam mo, honestly, like, because I've been here for about 2 weeks na, I think this is the best coffee I've had.
Dito.
So, I don't know if it's because of the milk. Kasi usually, naglalong black ako, diba? Pero the milk makes it taste different. Like, it's really
mas
sweet.
creamy and
Parang it's creamy, it's sweet. Parang caramel na siya. Kahit walang sugar. So, I will agree with coffee.
Coffee dito.
The coffee here is good.
Hindi ka guys sa Pilipinas, parang hit and miss ang coffee dun eh. Either too sour or...
Tsaka like, madalas burnt yung taste. Like, it's over-roasted.
Pero dito, grabe, kahit saan coffee, masarap.
Yeah.
And almost in every restaurant cafe, almost all of the foods are priced the same.
That's true.
Fancy or yung mga dyan lang na parang...
Sa hotel ka kumain, sa cafe ka
Hindi ko
kumain.
napansin sa hotel. Kasi hindi ako napunta ng hotel. Pero you're right, no? Na parang most cafes, like, a coffee will be in the range of $4.50 to $5. And then, like, if you get a scone anywhere, it's around $6.
Yes.
You're
Almost
right.
same. So, hindi siya yung pang mahirap lang, pang mayaman. Kung nag-work ka dito, kahit saan pwede ka kumain.
Yeah.
Oo.
That's fair, no? That's actually a really good point to make. Sige, last question. What ano yung advice nyo sa tao na kino-consider to move to New Zealand na might be the same pathway, might be a bit different. Pero ano yung advice nyo sa kanila?
First, prepare yourself 100% financially. Number 1, kasi yun talaga. Hindi ka pwede pupunta dito kahit work visa ka pa na pupunta ka na wala kang ipon kasi maubos ka talaga dahil iba yung pera nila. Financially, tas mentally. More importantly, kasi like kami, going here, alam namin magsa-start kami from nothing. Hindi magka-count kung ano yung natapos namin sa Philippines, ano yung background mo sa Philippines. Wala, zero kami talaga. So, tinanggap namin yun, pero ready kami na kung ano lang work na mapasok, kahit ano, basta kumita kami. Alam mo yung ganon, basta makaalis lang. Pero pagdating dito, first 2 weeks, umiiyak talaga kasi parang sobrang layo pa rin siya sa ginagawa mo sa Pilipinas. Parang mag-self-pity ka, darating ka talaga sa point na yun. So yun na yun, ready na ako 100% to go through that. Pero pagdating dito, while doing that, iba pa din. Talagang i-break ka talaga niya. So, pag hindi mo yun na-overcome, talagang feeling mo uwi ka na lang ng Pinas. Ang dami naming nakakausap na gano'n, na as early as na wala pang 1 year. Uwi na lang ako kasi naawa ko sa sarili ko, ganito, ganyan na lang, ganyan. Na mas maayos yung buhay ko sa Philippines. Alam mo yun, sa Pilipinas, ganito ako. So, pag hindi mo na-overcome yung pride, kasi dito hindi naman nagmamatter anong work mo, hindi ka i-look down ng mga tao kung anong work mo eh. Wala. So, dapat yun, mental, tsaka financial. Tapos yun, pagka natuto ka lang maka-appreciate ng small things, yung mga talagang nagmamatter sa life, this is more than enough.
Yeah. Yun din yung na-realize ko eh. Parang, speaking to a lot of people over the past week, parang, yung mapupuna mo, pagkalipat mo are the small things. Diba? Parang, kunwari, traffic, diba? Like, when people drive, yung right of way, sobrang hindi sila nagsusubok tapat, diba? Mga ganon. And then, yung realization ko is the reason why na-feel mo yung quality of life is because it's yung sum ng lahat ng small things. Hindi siya yung parang, because there's something grand na parang pag nandito ka, everything is, taken care of, ganon. And I think for, lalo na yung mga work visa holders, minsan ganon kasi yung orientation nila na parang, may work na ako, so set na ako. And then, lalo na pag in-arrange nung nung agent, so feeling nila na parang sa Middle East na, yung accommodation mo,
everything
na arrange na, ganyan, meron na, papasok ka na lang. Sa New Zealand, it's very different. Like, you went through that, diba? Yung parang looking for accommodation, the difficulty of not having a car. That's like, I feel like one of the biggest things here, ang hirap talaga ng transport. Public transport is available, but
yung
parang
time,
maubos yung buhay mo sa
yung
kakahintay sa bus.
limitations.
Very limited. Yeah. So I think yun yung parang it's really in the small things and yung in the day-to-day living mo na realize yung how ibang klaseng
quality
hirap.
of life.
Yung yung sa Philippines versus dito, and it's like choosing kung ano yung gusto mong everyday.
Pagdaanan everyday. Yun yung sabi ko kay Alvin na parang paggising mo, makikita mo yung, hindi mo na-realize na, halimbawa yung basic na kalat sa labas ng bahay, eyesore siya that causes you stress. Makita mong masikip yung daan or marami nakapark outside your house, it causes you stress. Yung konting stoplight or yung mga delay sa traffic, it causes you stress. It causes you time na sobrang valuable dito na parang kami, 6 o'clock pa lang, nakalinis, naka-general cleaning na kami, nakapunta na kami sa ganito, nakapag-grocery na kami. Yung gano'n na hindi mo magagawa lahat sa Pilipinas ng all in one day na ganun ka, parang magaan, mamuhay.
Yeah. Ang na-realize ko, like, on the note of stress, yung isang source of stress na parang doesn't really exist here is yung workplace stress. In the sense na, di ba doon, parang, pag nasa Pilipinas ka, if meron kang something going on in your life, it's your responsibility to make work, like, parang kasalanan mo pag hindi mo prioritize yung work. Pero dito, yung work life mo wraps around your personal life.
Yeah.
Diba? Yun talaga, I feel is yung sobrang laking difference.
Actually, on that, can I share an experience?
Yeah.
Nangyari yun, the first hotel that I worked with, I had to leave because medyo tiring yung work hours.
Yeah.
So, ang offer ng operations manager is to work around the hours of my family para na makapag-work ako. Then, hindi talaga kami nagkasundo. I apologize. What I can always remember from him saying is, you don't have to apologize because that's your family. Ganun, talaga.
Right? Sa Pilipinas. Ikaw, HR ka sa Pilipinas.
I've been into several companies that will be crucified because of that.
Yeah, diba? So, I feel like, that is definitely yung, whether or not may kids ka, or the fact na yung parang nagmamatter
alam nila
yung
ano yung priority talaga. And binavalue nila yun sa tao.
Yeah.
Hindi mo kailangang mag-explain.
Yeah. Yun na yung explanation. Hindi na siya yung parang, alam mo yun.
Not into details na.
When you talk about family, no questions asked.
Pag sasabihin mo, I cannot work today because ganyan. Kahit hindi mo sabihin, my son is sick, hindi mo na sasabihin na, asan yung med sir, totoo bang may sakit? Hindi mo kailangan i-justify.
Yeah.
Sila na yung parang, wag na, kasi alam nilang family na yan, hindi mo pwedeng questionin.
Yeah. Sige, ikaw Alvin, ano yung last bit of advice?
Saan pupunta?
Saan ka pupunta?
Ang sinasabi ko palagi sa mga kamag-anak ko, migration is not for everyone.
Yeah,
Even
100%
though
agree.
nakikita mo na, mukhang masaya, mukhang glamorous, mag-migrate. It's not all, It's not all pros. So, kailangan the financial side of it, sasabihin ko, yan pa yung madaling part. To be emotionally prepared and mentally prepared. It took us around 2 years for that. Hindi siya biglaan. So before you think of migrating, you should make sure na you're ready for that. Iiwan mo lahat. And secondly, iiwan mo yung pride mo. Yung mga position dito doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. But if you work hard, mabilis mo lang makukuha. So, if you're trying to migrate and to take that position with you, yung way of life mo sa Philippines, sasabihin ko na mahihirapan ka. So, before you go, you have to let go. You have to let go of everything
Sa
before
Philippines.
you enjoy the way of life.
Yeah, that's true. Naisip ko yung yung when you were saying na parang you can rebuild yourself here.
Yeah.
And how it is a bit different in New Zealand. Yung parang, di ba, you guys would have heard of yung Fairgo. Na it's a real thing, di ba? Na parang hindi siya, like the opportunities are only reserved for certain people. It's like, it's attainable.
Yeah.
Dito lahat may opportunity. Kasi bibigay talaga nila lahat.
Basta
Sa'yo
magpupursige ka.
para maging successful ka.
Yeah.
As long as you work.
Pag nakikita nila yung potential sa'yo na willing ka to learn, willing ka to invest din sa kanila ng time mo, ng energy, talagang mag-grow ka. Talagang aangat. Kahit ano pang industry. Kahit anong industry.
Okay, so last na question. So, knowing what you already know now, would you do it again?
100%.
100%. Maybe even earlier. Kasi pagdating namin dito, sabi niya, sana pala nakinig na ako sa'yo dati na kahit wala pa kaming anak, lumipat na kami. Na parang yung money namin nung wedding, kung pinunta na namin siya dito. Kasi, di ba? Kasi,
Sana hinanap ka na namin noon.
totoo.
Yan yung sinasabi ko
You
palagi.
made our life easier papunta dito. Pero yun, totoo yun. Sana mas maaga. If you could go back in time, gagawin namin siya mas maaga pa.
Wow.
Kasi
What a
time.
5-star reviewer you had, no?
No regrets.
No regrets.
Yeah, so that's it. Those are all the questions we have for today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing about yung experience nyo. Great to hear na you're thriving in Rotterdam. Okay, bye. See you guys next time.
Say bye-bye. Say bye.